Доброго времени суток, дорогие радиослушатели, слушатели дорогого радио. Если вы слышите это прямо сейчас, это значит две вещи. Во-первых, закончились выходные, во-вторых, добро пожаловать в новую неделю, в-третьих, это студия 21, меня зовут Сэм, и сегодня в гостях прямиком из Алабамы, США, Yelawolf.
Yo, what up?
Здравствуйте.
That was a lot.
That was what?
That was a lot.
You mean like a lot of Russian for you?
Yeah.
Do you know any Russian words?
None.
This is like a classic routine. You want to know some Russian words?
Sure.
What do you want to know in Russian?
Let me get a thank you.
Спасибо.
Spasiba. All right. Spasiba. How about you're welcome?
Не за что.
Не за что.
Не за что.
Не за что.
Не за
Не за
что.
что.
Great. Now you know two words. You can make up
Alright, cool.
a song in Russian.
Please and thank you. That's like,
That's like a big song.
yeah.
Yo,
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Это Yelawolf на студии 21. Только что я подогнал ему два слова. И вполне возможно, нам стоит ожидать песни на rусском языке. Alright, classic routine. I love asking people that come to Russia, to Moscow, let's say for the first or the second time, what were the stories, I don't know, what was the impression about Russia prior to coming here that you had?
Prior that it was chip on the shoulder, you know, hard-edged and rude. It was exactly the opposite though. First time here in 15, everybody was super nice, cordial, accommodating. It was a good visit. We had a lot of fun the first trip we came here in 2015, so I'm happy to be back. Yeah, it was completely different from what was told or whatever.
Я спросил у Ела, какие у него были впечатления, или что он слышал о России, или что ему говорили о России до приезда, и он сказал, что первый раз, когда он был в 2015 году, ему все говорили, что в России живут жесткие люди, не особо доброжелательные, ну такие типа рубят с плеча, а все оказалось наоборот. Его первый визит в 2015 году, все его хорошо восприняли и абсолютно противоположные впечатления. Yellow, do you know any, again, classic routine, like usual routine, you have foreign big artists coming to Russia, you know any local artists we have?
No, I'm not. Well, my dude's got my phone right now. Who's supposed to be coming out and opening them for us, Zilla?
Noise MC.
Noise.
Yeah,
he's dope. I checked out his music. He's super good. So
he's one of our best.
I'm excited for that.
Dope. Do you have any connection, like cultural connections with Russia? I don't know. You have maybe a favorite composer that's Russian. I don't know, a favorite artist that's Russian. A favorite movie, Russian based or whatever.
I like Moscow Mules. Is that
Moscow
cultural?
Mules? What's that?
That's a drink. That's a drink in the States. Moscow Mule. That's all I got.
Во-первых, я спросил у Ела, знает ли он местных артистов, так как он приехал.
Vodka. Right?
What was that?
We got that in common.
What's that?
Vodka.
What's that?
What is vodka?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the alcohol.
Really? I'm just kidding.
All right, yeah. Your humor is also very dry.
Во-первых, я спросил у Ела, знает ли он каких-то местных артистов из России. Он сказал, что да, знает Noise MC, который будет вместе с ним выступать на его концерте в Москве. И затем я спросил его, есть ли у него какие-то связи с Россией. Moscow Mule, yeah?
I mean, yeah, that's all I got.
И он сказал, что да, есть такой напиток в Штатах, который называется Moscow Mule. Это один из его любимых beverages. Okay, we're gonna take a short break, and then we're gonna come back. I wanna put on one of your songs, You and Me.
Thank you.
What can you tell us about that song?
You and Me is the first record I wrote for the fans, and Ghetto Cowboy is it's like a culmination. The album is a culmination of Trump music, love story. So mashing those two records up, I feel like those are the two most important records of my career. So I tried to kind of encapsulate that in the project. Along with doing that, I thought it was due time to write a song for the fans. So this is You and Me for the fans.
Я спросил, так как я сейчас хочу поставить композицию Yelawolf под названием You and Me, что он может рассказать об этой песне. Он сказал, что это одна из тех песен, которые он написал фанатам или для своих фанатов. Затем он закинул пару слов про альбом, но мы поговорим про альбом чуть подробнее позже, поэтому я не буду это переводить. Yelawolf in Moscow, You and Me on Studio 21. Пам-пам-пам-парам. Это снова Studio 21, меня снова и все еще зовут Сэм, и у меня все еще в гостях Yelawolf. Do you remember the words?
Proud of you? The last song I was playing?
Nah, the Russian words I gave you.
No.
Спасибо.
Spasiba.
That's thank you.
Is babushka a word?
Whoa, Yelawolf knows Russian words. Like, how do you think was the meaning of babushka?
I think I've heard it a few times today trying to get a cab.
Today? Trying to get you heard babushka? Yeah. Wow. Any ideas on what it might mean?
I have no clue.
Like, that's the grandmother.
Ah, babushka.
Yeah, like babushka.
Yeah, I can see that. We were at the airport, so maybe somebody yelled for their grandmother.
And the grandmother was a taxi driver?
Possibly.
Damn. Russia is crazy. Russia is crazy. Let's take you way back. Let's take you way back in your career, in your life. You were born and raised in Alabama. Can you speak on how was it growing up in Alabama?
Well, I was born in Alabama. Grew up in and out of Alabama. I moved around a lot though, so it was Nashville, Tennessee, Franklin, Atlanta, Georgia, and then a little bit in Louisiana, Baton Rouge. The South is specific, you know. It's definitely different from the city. It's different from New York. It's different from Los Angeles. It's country. The accents are different. The food is different, and the music influences are different.
Я спросил у Ела отмотать немного назад. Он родился в Алабаме, каково это было. Он сказал, что да, он родился в Алабаме, а вырос он в нескольких городах. Луизиане, Алабама, Атланта. И когда я спросил, что он может сказать об этом экспириенсе, он сказал, что в целом юг — это абсолютно другое. В плане музыки это другое, в плане еды, в плане того, как люди общаются, это абсолютно другая часть США. Do you remember what kind of music played at home, like your parents listened to? What kind of music influenced your musical style?
It's hard to say really which music style stuck, and I guess it's just a bit of everything. My grandmother was a big blues fan, so there was a lot of Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf and B.B. King, and she was also a Zydeco fan, which is traditional like swamp music, some people call it, you know. My mother was into rock and roll and outlaw country, but mainly classic rock and roll. And then just gangster rap music, hip hop found its way, you know, into my home. Through my mother's long-term boyfriend was touring with Aerosmith and Run DMC during the Walk This Way tour.
Wow.
So that was the first introduction to like literal hip hop. And 808s, man, I fell in love with the sound of an 808 and that kick drum pattern. And then when I turned 12, 13, 14, I started getting more and more into hip hop through skateboarding and living in Nashville, Tennessee. So I just carried all of that earlier influence along with me. But it wasn't until, in my late 20s where I really started to figure out a style, kind of bring it all together.
Я спросил у Ела, какая музыка играла, когда он рос, и он сказал, что его бабушка очень любила классический блюз, как Muddy Waters, его мама любила классический рок-н-ролл, и один из партнеров ее матери был в туре вместе с Aerosmith и Run DMC, и через этого человека как раз-таки он познакомился с хип-хопом. И только ближе к 20 он вдруг понял или стал осознавать свой хип-хоп стиль. You know what I remember today? You were...
Babushka's grandmother?
Yeah.
I thought you said, what did you remember today?
Nah, I'm like, well, I remember today when I was preparing to this.
Oh, my bad.
You won the cover XXL 2011.
Yeah.
Along with Kendrick Lamar, Mac Miller, Big Crit was there.
Mm-hmm.
What can you say about that experience? Or that moment of your life, rather. 2011.
That was pretty chaotic, that moment in my life. Those times were extremely go, taking any interview possible, talking to anyone. And I remember getting picked to be on the freshman cover. My first thought was freshman. What do they mean freshman?
Because you were in the game already for 5 years about
but
it.
I didn't know what they were. I didn't understand that, this was a repeated thing.
You were not aware of that stuff.
Yeah. I was offended. I was like, freshman? And I walked in there with, I remember Mac Miller, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He was such a kid,
I mean, when you met him the first
around,
time.
Yeah. He had the best energy. There was some people like Crit, Kendrick. You could definitely sense that there was something special happening.
Even at that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I had already done shows with Crit. And I actually had already done shows with Kendrick too. Like playing a couple university shows in Atlanta, Georgia. Kendrick and I had played together already. So it was definitely a moment. Everybody was catching their wave.
Mm-hmm. Я напомнил Yelawolf, что в 2011 году он был на обложке XXL как самые главные фрешмены 2011 года, наряду с Кендриком Ламаром, Мак Миллером, Биг Критом, Sci-Hi the Prince там тоже был. Я спросил, какие его впечатления, и он сказал, что, во-первых, он удивился, что его пригласили, потому что он не знал, что такое freshman классе. Он подумал, в смысле? Я в игре уже 5 лет, и почему это я freshman? Затем сказал, что он сходу, не знаю, можно ли сказать, влюбился, или ему понравился вайб Мак Миллера, сразу почувствовал, что это настоящий человек, но к тому моменту у него уже были шоу и концерты как с Биг Критом, так и с Кендриком Ламаром. Alright, then my last question in this. Do you have any connections with that classes, like personal relationships still with that class? Okay, you guys have been 2011 minus 2020, that's basically a decade. You guys have been up in the game, up in the industry for 10 years. Do you still have any relationship with those people, with that class?
Yeah, of course, some relationship, there's definitely love and support. But we've all individually built our own thing, We kind of all went our separate ways, so to speak. So, but yeah, it's all love and support for that era and that time.
That was a classic cover. That was a classic. Я спросил Ела, есть ли у него отношения с ребятами из того года, потому что тот год на XXL был классическим. Он сказал, что кем-то небольшое отношение все еще есть. И я напомнил Yelawolf, что это был 2011 год, и они в игре уже 10 лет. И он согласился с тем, что практически каждый из того выпуска смог создать свою движуху и свой стиль. The next song I want to put on is Tennessee Love.
Good choice.
What can you say about Tennessee Love?
This was a record we recorded on Trump Music Returns. We were in between albums we had just put out earlier that year or a year before, Radioactive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was about to bring the sophomore album. So we were working on the sound and the style that was going to become Love Story, and Tennessee Love was the first record we cut that defined the lane we were gonna go
of the whole album
for Love Story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Следующая композиция, которую я хочу включить от Yelawolf после небольшой паузы, это Tennessee Love. Я спросил его, есть ли какие-то воспоминания о той песне. Он сказал, что да, это его второй альбом. И именно с композиции Tennessee Love начался стиль этой пластины. То есть, если ты слушаешь этот альбом и думаешь, а какая песня была первая, то это именно Tennessee Love. Это Yelawolf на студию 21. Сделаем небольшую паузу, и мы, наверное, быть может, вернемся. Доброго времени суток, дорогие радиослушатели, слушатели дорогого радио. Это все еще студия. Хотя, в смысле, а что это еще может быть? Ты повернул крутилку своей магнитолы на любимую волну, услышал голос Сэма, а справа ты сейчас услышишь голос Yelawolfа.
What up?
Да-да, ты не ослышался, это сам Yelawolf в гостях на студию 21. Yelawolf, can you break down your stage name?
Yeah, it's Native American influenced, so I'm part Cherokee, part Blackfoot, and it's long story short, I had a good trip on some good mushrooms. And along came an owl, and it perched on
You remember?
It perched on an oak tree.
Uh-huh.
And we had a moment.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt be Yelawolf.
Netflix should make a movie on that trip.
Yeah, it's just that trip alone.
Я спросил у Yelawolf рассказать, что значит его псевдоним, и то, что я могу рассказать в эфире, так это то, что Yelawolf наполовину коренной житель Америки. Your father is Cherokee, right?
Yeah, part Cherokee and Blackfoot, and my mother is also. Yeah, the rest of my family is like, I want to say like Dutch, Irish, German.
International person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Star Trek.
Star Trek?
Like Star Trek.
What's that?
Starship Enterprise.
What's that?
A worldly person.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You're in Russia.
Universal, or are you in Russia?
No, you are in Russia.
And I'm Universal.
And you're in Universal. And you're Star Trek as well.
I'm a Universal
person.
Yes. And Russia.
And Russian as well.
Yes.
What part of you could be Russian?
My babushka.
I don't have the horns
I learned quick.
I don't have the horns. I need the horns here, man. Короче, псевдоним Yelawolf идет от традиций коренных народов Америки. I want to ask you about, have you heard, wait, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town
road, I'm gonna
ride.
I can't no more for real.
What do you think about that song?
It's a hit, I guess. Yeah, it's a major big song. It reminds me a lot of the Macarena.
What?
Or like or Too Legit to Quit, or Ice Baby. It's a hit for hit's sake.
Where is the connection between Ice Baby and Old Town Road? Like a big hit, you mean?
Yeah, it's just huge. Or what's another one? A wop babaloo bam, a wop bam boom.
Why I'm bringing up
Tutti Frutti, that's what I'm looking for.
Wait, Elvis Presley and Old Town Road, Lil Nas X?
Give me another one.
That's all I know.
That's the only thing. That Macarena is the closest I think.
You're in Russia.
Oh, okay. How about this one?
Which one?
Gangnam Style.
Whoop. So
whoop 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 from Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style.
Oh, Gangnam Style. My bad. Condom Style. Whoop from Condom Style.
Old Town Road and Tutti Frutti by Elvis Presley are all in the one basket for Yelawolf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a smash. It's a smash!
Я спросил Yelawolf, что он думает про Old Town Road, и он назвал песню Gangnam Style, назвал Tutti Frutti от Элвиса Пресли, Ice Ice Baby от Vanilla Ice и Macarena, и сказал, что это все в одной корзине. Why I'm bringing up Old Town Road? Because you were one of the first credited for, I don't know, making, let's say, country rap. And then comes Mr. Lil Nas X and takes all the credit.
What credit to who?
We had Yelawolf.
Took all the credit?
Like, if you
I didn't know there was credit to be taken.
Like, if you ask the mainstream listener or let's say the kids, they will be like, people come to me and say the only country rap or the biggest country rap song is Old Town Road. And I'm like, people, haven't you heard of Yelawolf before? What's your take on all this situation?
Well, you know, there's always gonna be a chance when you start to blend genres, and when I started playing around with, well, I've always been bringing country to the record, you know, and hip hop. It's always been a piece of what I do. When I did Trial by Fire, that was the project before Ghetto Cowboy, before Trump Music 3. That was me taking country and hip hop to its extreme in the best way that I thought possible. Features from Winona Judd, Joshua Headley, Robbie Turner, which was Johnny Cash's lap steel player, Chance McCoy from Old Crow Medicine Show. I went out and I got real players and created a real vibe in the studio. And I think that it may have been ahead of its time, that particular project. I don't mind that Lil Nas X came and kicked the door down, because at least now people are open to the idea of it.
That's true.
You know, since before they might not have even given it a chance.
That's true.
So I'm thankful for him and his record and what he's done for music. But I don't think that it's unfair to say that that particular record defines the concept
of country rap.
Yeah. A friend of mine named, good friend of mine named Struggle Jennings, who's Waylon Jennings' grandson. I think that if anyone does it the best, it's him.
What's the name?
Struggle Jennings. Yeah, look him up.
Я спросил у Yelawolf насчет Old Town Road и что он думает относительно той ситуации, что многие сейчас говорят о том, что главный хит или ассоциируют кантри-рэп именно с Old Town Road. И он сказал, что должно быть, когда он в свое время тестировал, смешивал эти жанры, например, на композиции Tested by Fire, он это сделал чуть раньше, чем следовало. Он опередил свое время. А сейчас народ готов, и именно поэтому он не испытывает никакого отвращения. Он рад, что мистер Lil Nas X смог открыть эту дверь. И люди, которые плохо даже думали о смешивании кантри и рэпа, теперь готовы и открыты к этому разговору.
Has he been out here yet, Lil Nas?
Not yet.
Okay.
Did he approach you for the remix?
No. I did. I was DMing him though. Real shit. We were back and forth when that record first started to catch waves. And
you'll be down for the remix?
Nah.
Please. Just imagine Lil Nas X, Old Town Road, fit Yelawolf. It's like bridging the gap. Two generations.
That bridge is already built. I'll take the river.
Это Yelawolf на Studio 21. Я спросил его, подходил ли или предлагал ему Lil Nas X сделать ремикс на Old Town Road.
I got my own boat.
That's true. You don't need Lil Nas X. И он сказал, что нет, не было подхода, и он вряд ли стал бы делать ремикс на эту песню. We take a short break, and then we'll come back. Let me give you one more Russian word.
All right, cool.
Подождите.
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 Подождите. Wait, what am I saying? You set me up?
Too late. You should have asked and then...
Whatever, that's why you're playing with a My Little Pony.
This ain't no My Little Pony.
He keeps playing with a little pony with purple hair.
You know that
He's got me up here saying words I don't even know.
They don't understand you until I translate what you're saying. You're in a box, sir.
I can only argue in English.
You're in a box. All right. Yelawolf on Studio 21 and My Little Pony. Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Сэм, это Studio 21, и прямо сейчас в ваших ушах играет приятный soulful beat. Я бы попросил Yelawolf зачитать под этот бит, но он сидит без наушников. Здравствуйте, Yelawolf.
What up?
Как дела, Yelawolf?
Catfish Billy.
Catfish Billy? Как дела? That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Cockdilla. More billionaires per capita in Russia than anywhere in the world. You ever heard that?
Wow, how do you know, Yelawolf?
Isn't that an interesting fact?
Wow, I never heard of that before.
But I hear you don't have cinemas.
Oh, how did you... Have you been to Russia before, Yelawolf?
More Balenciagos per foot than any other country also.
Yelawolf, you might
I saw a whole family in Balenciagos at the airport on the way in. From stroller to grandfather.
Imagine a stroller in Balenciagos. That's crazy. You might be Russian though. Have you ever thought of that?
I could be. I feel at home here.
You do what?
I feel at home here.
You mean in this studio right now, yeah?
No, not this studio in particular. I don't really feel at home here, but I do feel at home in this country.
They just gave you a nice cup of coffee.
Yeah, but he didn't say you're welcome when I said thank you. And then when we asked him to say you're welcome, he said, of course. And he walked off.
Welcome home, Yelawolf. Welcome.
Good to be back.
Welcome home. Это Yelawolf в эфире Studio 21. Let's talk about your album, Ghetto Cowboy.
Yeah, Ghetto Cowboy, my first independent release. Exciting, man.
What's behind this concept of a Ghetto Cowboy? Who is a Ghetto Cowboy?
Shit, I was running around pretty wild in 2017 going into 2018. Actually 2018 going into 19 maybe. I don't know, it's all mashed up. And I was in Los Angeles just wilding on the streets. And my good friend was like, yo dude, you're like a ghetto cowboy or some shit. And I was like, you know what? I think you're probably right. And the AKA, the alias, stuck around within the crew for a while. And I started to build concept records off of the idea. And what I realized is that I really didn't... He was right in the sense that I really didn't fit in this country rap thing. It's too safe. It's too protected. And I'm just way too unhinged and abrasive to ever, fit comfortably within that particular genre. I think anything too conservative is uncomfortable to me.
That's true.
Ghetto Cowboy, it is.
Я спросил у Yelawolf, его последний альбом называется Ghetto Cowboy или Ковбой гетто. Я спросил, в чем мысль за названием альбома, и он рассказал историю, что однажды они гуляли с друзьями по Лос-Анджелесу, он был в полном разносе, и друг сказал: «Чувак, ты похож на ковбоя из гетто». И Yelawolf подумал: ничего себе, вот это классная мысль, она задержалась в его голове, и он стал строить альбом вокруг этого концепта, потому что он считает, что кантри-рэп, жанр, который часто ассоциирует с Yelawolf'ом, слишком безопасный, слишком уютный для него, а сам он ковбой из гетто. The album starts off with Mama Wolf. And what's that story in that?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, my mom.
Wow.
My mom does not fuck around. So she's got many stories, but that was one that had happened not yesterday, but recently. And so I called her making the album, and I asked her to tell me that story again. And I think what it says about me is just whom I was raised around and who I was raised by.
The spirit.
Yeah, and that's that fighting spirit. And my mother's the toughest person that I know, hands down, and the scariest. There's not, you know what I mean? There's no man, there's no body that's ever scared me like my mom. But it's a good fear. It's like the
fear of God.
It's a healthy fear. And just the abilities, the inhuman abilities that you have when you're in the zone of protection as a parent. You know what I mean?
And as a personal rights?
As a provider. So, she's a gangster, straight up.
Я спросил у Yelawolf, альбом его начинается с небольшого скита, там, где мама Yelawolf идет в разнос. Там есть строчки о том, что я завязала волосы этого типа вокруг своего кулака и сказала своей подруге, стреляй ему в ногу. Короче, там полный дикий разнос. Я спросил, что это за история. Yellow сказал, что это действительно история, которая произошла. И он сказал о том, что мама его — это самый сильный, самый ужасающий человек в его жизни. The next thing I wanted to ask you about this album is, you said that country rap feels too safe for you, yeah? So how would you, like on this album, it sounds very cinematic. You still blend genres, I would say, but it sounds very calm. It sounds very, it's like, I don't know, you were the Ghetto Cowboy, but here you like calm down, especially the second part of the album. How would you describe the music on this album?
Well,
if it's not country rap, as you say.
Well, I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say what it is or what it's not. I'm just saying what I personally, as an artist, feel comfortable with and around. You know, I live in Nashville, Tennessee, man. I've met a lot of these, country stars and new country pop stars, and I do respect it, and but I'm comfortable where I'm at, and I'm also proud of the music that I make. So, and at the end of the day, it's just for the fans, Hip hop to me is always going to be at the core of what I do. That's going to be the root, of the music that I'm making. It's always going to be a part, even rhythmically, even when I'm singing a song, those hip hop influences are in there somewhere. So, when you start to blend genres, the round table committee, I guess, of hip hop or whatever they are, whoever they are,
the judges,
right? They'll start to determine whether it's hip hop or not.
Is that a bad thing?
And I think that, forgetting that hip hop, it was born out of sampling and meshing sounds. The music I'm making is inherently hip hop, based on just how I'm blending it. You can take a sitar from India and make a hip hop record.
That's true.
You could take a native Russian instrument, whatever that is. What is that? Give me one.
Balalaika.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
Balalaika.
You're Russian.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a bunch of silly questions. Are you ready?
All right.
MGK versus Eminem. Pick one.
Fuck no.
Come on. MGK versus Eminem. Yelawolf, pick
Next.
one.
That's a terrible question.
Why so?
I don't know. You asked it.
Give me 1 point. No, give me what did Marshall taught you when you were coming up, and give me what in MGK inspires you.
Loyal to my history with Marshall Mathers, that's my dude, and that's it, and for the record, I called Marshall Mathers personally before I did a record with MGK, you know? So just to make sure that it was cool, you know? And if Marshall would have said nope, then I would have been like, bet, you know? I do have a relationship, a friendship with MGK. That's my homie. And at the time of that
situation,
back and forth, I was signed to Shady on my last release. I already had a record with MGK. I was sitting on it, and then I heard the diss record that Marshall dropped. So you see, I was in between a rock and a hard place. So I had a record that I really liked with MGK that was produced by my friend DJ Paul for 36 Mafia, with the intent of getting Eminem on it.
Wow.
So I sent it to Marshall.
There was supposed to be a track with Yelawolf, MGK, and Eminem?
Yeah. And I didn't hear anything back from Marshall after I sent him the track.
Do you have last words to your Russian fans?
Thanks for having me back. I love y'all. Can't wait to see you live.
До свидания.
До свидания.
До свидания.
До свидания.
You know what's there?
27th.
No. До свидания is goodbye in Russian.
Oh, shit. Бабушка.
Это был Yelawolf на Studio 21, и теперь он знает 5 слов. Всем пока.
Studio
21.